بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Let's make it a nice good size here. Let's see. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing this passage about the quotation from Milakut Ta'wil, what he was quoting. And there was a lot that we unpacked and a couple of things that maybe I missed out. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit and then just go through that, summarize that, what we did yesterday. And then we can now begin on today's text, inshallah. So let's just clean this up a little bit and then we can figure out. I'm just going to walk us through the final, basically the final i'rab of what's happening in this ayah. Okay. All right. So, annahu, I'm just going to focus on the quote, the beginning of the quote. So, annahu, this is of course isim anna and it's isim. So this is going to be our mubtada and whatever comes after it is going to be a khabar. Okay. So we enter into that khabar fi mahalli rafa' and it's a jumla fi'liya. And then you have takarrara. Takarrara is fi'al madi, lazim, which means it only takes a fa'il and it doesn't take a maf'ul bihi. So we have to ask ourselves, who is the fa'il? The fa'il could be the inside pronoun huwa, which means we can be able to look outside for an outside doer. Okay. And when we see fi surati Yunus, this is a jar majroor. So this cannot be our fa'il. So this is jar majroor muta'alliq number 1. So this is our muta'alliq bil fi'l 1. Then min al-kalami al-waqi'i fiha ar-ra'. And we said yesterday that this is another bucket that cannot be split because it's all connected. How is it connected? Min harf jar al-kalam majroor kalam sifa موصوف الواقع صفة and then فيها الراء, this part is متعلق to الكلام الواقع. So this part is connected, فيها is, it's متعلق and then الراء, you can look at it that way. So you can say this is متعلق or you can say الراء here is the فاعل of الواقع. Okay, so الراء is the fa'il. So this al-waqa is acting as a verb. So it's taking a fa'il. Okay, so that part I think it's pretty straightforward. So we have, this is our MBF 2. And then you have mi'ata kalimatin. Now this is rafa. Mi'ata is rafa. Okay, so we have to ask ourselves, why is it rafa? It's rafa because it's actually the outside doer of takarrara. So you have this whole thing. This is our fa'il. Okay, and that's basically what's happening there. So 220 words or so repeated in Surah Yunus from words that have the letter Ra occurring in them. That's pretty much what is being said. And we somebody also pointed out that this innahu, you could also look at it as fact of the matter pronoun. So this could be your damiru sha'n. So you could say the fact of the matter is 220 words or so have repeated in Surah Yunus from the words in which the letter Ra occurs. And that's basically what's being said when you break it down. I hope that's clear. Okay.
Sister Alam, I have a question.
Yes.
If we take kalama as the file, then shouldn't the verb be feminine?
Where?
Like in miyata kalama, so it is feminine, right? So it should be takararat.
No, mi'ataini. This is, it's not, it's 200.
No, but it's kalama, right? We will take the jins of the ma'adud, right?
Huh?
we'll take like, I mean,
why?
the jins of the gender of the file will be the ma'dud, right? Not
Not
the other.
necessarily. Not
No?
necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes you have a verb, a feminine verb taking on a masculine fa'il. You can have the opposite. There are certain conditions which
Okay.
allow you can for example say ذهب فاطمة. So you can say ذهب علي وفاطمة. Or
Okay.
you can say you can even say something like ذهب من البيت فاطمة. You can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not
Okay.
it's not set
Got
in
it.
stone that whenever you have a masculine verb, the fa'il has to be also masculine. There are certain ways and certain rules in which you can be able to have the gender mismatch or something like that. That's not always the
Okay.
case.
Okay. Was that rule, I recall it was, I think, a long distance, like there's a lot of distance, so you can switch the gender.
There's several
think-
other, that's one of them. There are other conditions as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Got it. Okay. Jazakallah khair for clarification.
Right, yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Dr. Saima Sandhu has done a series on that. I think it's in our YouTube lectures. You can check it out and see in cases where you have gender mismatch between the fi'al and the fa'il. She has done a beautiful summary. I haven't gone through the YouTube, but I just saw it, and she's done quite a bit of that summary. You can check it out. Okay.
Inshallah. I'll do that. Inshallah.
All right. Okay, so I think we had finished this section. And that's how we're going to go to the next session. So now the author quoted Milakut Ta'wil, and now he's going to go back to now speaking as him. So you see the quotation ended there. Now he's just writing and speaking as himself. All right. So let's see who's here who wants to read. So we have Saima, we have Sultana. If there's anybody else, you can raise your hand and we can proceed, inshallah. So Saima, we'll start with you. Let's see if we can split this. So maybe you can read up to, let's do up to here. There's a full stop there.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وانتبهوا إلى شيء آخر وهو أن عدد هذه الحروف 14 حرفا.
Okay.
انتبهوا is the and whom is the file. إلى شيء آخر is متعلق بالفعل. إلى جار شيء آخر موصوف صفة and مجرور. I was not able to understand whether it is wow ataf or what. I'm not able to guess it. Then this huwa also, I don't know what it is. It's like another mubtada, or it is that the fact of the matter. I don't know this one. Then an is harf nasiba. Adada is ismu anna, and adada is light because it is the mudaf, and hadi الحروفي اسم مشار إليه مضاف إليه. Then أن and this whole thing أن عدد هذه الحروف, this is the مبتدا, and أربعة is the خبر, and then أربعة أشرة حرفا is the تمييز for this number. Then أي بمقدار, B is the harf of jar and miqdar is the majroor, and it is mutalik to something. I was not able to figure out what it is mutalik to. Then nisfu hurufil mu'ad.
بمقدار.
So nisfi. Okay. Nisfi hurufil mu'ajam.
معجم.
Mu'ajam.
أعجم يعجم إعجاما فهو
Yeah. Mu'ajam.
Oh, why am I yes. My screen is not behaving nicely. Okay. معجم.
So then تردت في تسع وإش تردت
ترددت.
ترددت
تعلمت. Yes.
ترددت في تسع وعشرين سورة على عدد حروف. So this بمقدار نصف حروف المعجمي. So نصفي is the مضاف, حروفي is the مضاف إليه, then حروفي is the مضاف, معجمي is the مضاف إليه. So بمقدار المعجمي is متعلق to something. Then ترددت is the فعل ماضي, and the file is I think this حروف معجمي. No, but
Sorry,
I
could you
think-
repeat that? I'm trying to figure out the font of this, and it keeps. Just repeat what you said. Sorry, I lost.
this بمقدار نصف حروف المعجمي. This is متعلق to something. One whole bucket. Then ترددت is the فعل ماضي, and here some feminine thing is its doer. So it could be that حروف. This حروف أربعة. Then في 29 سورة. This is متعلق to this تردد فعل. Then على عدد حروف المعجم. It is again related to تردد, but it is متعلق بالفعل to تردد. And then عدد is the مضاف, and حروف is the مضاف, and then حروف is the مضاف, معجم is the مضاف. This whole على المعجمي. This is one bucket. Then ثم ففتف إذا نظرت في هذه الأربعة عشر حرفا وجدتها مشتملة على أنصاف أجناس الحروف. Then ثم is the حرف فتف, إذا is the أدوات الشرط, نظرت is the فعل ماضي, أنت is the فاعل. في هذه الأربعة عشر حرفا is متعلق to نظرت. Then واو وجدت is the جواب. is sorry.
وجدتها, yeah. وجدتها, yeah.
If you will see,
Yeah.
you will find. أنت.
Yeah, you will find. Yeah.
Then ha is the مفعول به. مشتملة is the second مفعول به. Then على أنصاف أجناس للحروف is the متعلق to وجدتها. And على is the jar, and أنصاف أجناس حروف is the مجرور. أنصافي مضاف. And أنصافي and أجناسي are موصوف صفة, and أجناسي is the مضاف, and حروف is the مضاف إليه.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much. Would you like to translate?
I'll try.
The first one in the bihu, it was like an amar condition system.
Where?
Pay attention. In
the
this
beginning?
was a mazi thing, right? In tabahu, what
No.
sister has said is like mazi, right?
Yeah, it is madi. وانتبهوا.
Okay, but it can't be in tabihu, like the amar one, sister.
Not in this case. Not in this case, because remember, the author, first of all, he mentioned that the Quran it's beautiful and it has all this amazing speech and whatnot. And then he started presenting his evidence why this is the case. So first of all, he talked about how even the Arabs couldn't challenge it, and he mentioned Abu Sufyan and Abu Jahl and all that. And then after he finished the time of the Prophet, he came to predecessors. He said, now even predecessors, people who learned about these books before us, they noticed a couple of things about the Quran, and they relied on counting as one of those things. So that's what we discussed yesterday, was how they relied on counts. They counted the number of ras in a letter, they counted the number of qafs in a letter, like that. Yeah. Now he's giving us another evidence, and he says, وَانْتَبَهُوا إِلَى شَيْءٍ آخَرٍ, and they noticed, they were aware of something else. So counts was one of them, and this is, they noticed something else as well. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they noticed
Mhm.
that the number of these letter is 14.
Mhm.
And B Migdari, I was not able to translate, and this like half of the total letters, like the total letters of the whole, like there are huruf-e muqatta, there are 14. So half of them, they are frequently repeated in 29 surahs.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I'm so sorry, I don't know other
No, go on, and then we'll
I
fix
don't
it.
know.
It's fine.
Okay. So they are frequently repeated in 29 surahs. And according to, or the based on the number of these huruf-e mujam, these gathered letters, then if you will see towards these 14 letters, you will find that they are frequently, they include half types of the letters.
Mhm. Okay, good. That's good. So let's now try and break it down and go through it once more. So وَانْتَبَهُوا إِلَى شَيْءٍ آخَرٍ, they were aware, or they noticed something else. So first of all, they relied on counts. فَاسْتَنَدُوا إِلَى الْإِحْصَاءِ, they relied on counts. And now he's telling us, other than even counting the letters themselves and the number of words in a surah, they actually noticed something else. So انتبهوا إلى شيء آخر وهو, and that is, so you were a bit confused about what's happening in this وهو. So wa is harf ataf, and huwa is actually the mubtada. So here we have the mubtada, and then of course what comes after is going to be the khabar. So and that is, we put the invisible is, and then the khabar, and inside that khabar is another jumla ismiya. So أن عدد هذه الحروف, that the total sum, or the number of these letters are, so this is our mubtada, أن عدد هذه الحروف, that's our mubtada, and then are 14 in number, 14 letters. Okay, I hope that's clear up to there.
Sister, I was thinking like it could be this anna adada hurufi could be the badal of shayin akhara. Like they noticed another thing, and what is that thing? That the number of these whole thing.
Yeah, but then wahwa, how do you put in wahwa? That's why you were struggling with wahwa.
I was struggling with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just simple harf of ataf and then mubtada. Simple.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, you could have jumla fi'aliya ma'tuf to jumla ismiya in rare cases. It's not so common, but it can happen. You can have something like that. Yeah. Or you can even say that this is a waw isti'nafiyya, that it begins a new sentence. Yeah. And that is that the total number of letters, or the number of these letters are 14 letters. Okay. A, meaning I.
Sorry.
Yes.
What does he mean by this 40 letters? What is he trying to say?
He's trying to say that if you count the disjointed letters, alif, lam, mim, ra, qaf, yasin, all these disjointed letters, if you count them, they are 14 in number. So alif,
like huruf
lam,
and is 40?
Yes.
Is that what you say? Oh,
yes,
okay.
they are 14 in number.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's saying. So hadihi, this disjointed letters, this goes back to huruf muqatta'a. So he's saying that the number of these letters, i.e. the huruf muqatta'a, the disjointed letters, are 14 letters, 14 in number. Okay, 14 letters. That's what he's saying. It actually says meaning, but in English, it's so interesting. You could also write it as I-E, I-E. It's so cool, isn't it? Like it means the same thing. A and I-E. So meaning, بمقدار نصف حروف المعجم, in the measurement or in the quantity, you can even say بمقدار, in the extent or in the quantity or in the measurement of half the total number of the numbers of the alphabet. Okay. So the Arabic alphabet has 29 letters. The Arabic alphabet has 29 letters. If you divide that by 2, you get 14.5. So he's saying that this huruf muqatta'at are 14, okay, which is half the total number of the alphabet, right, which is 29 letters, or 28, depending on how you count. Okay, so he's saying that that is exactly half. The disjointed letters are half the Arabic alphabet. Huruf al-mu'jam, all the letters, the combined letters. Okay, so I hope that part's clear.
Miqdar, we can be like translate as the amount.
Yes, the amount also. The amount of half of the letters,
Half
of the total letters.
Yes,
Right.
Now I understood.
Beautiful. And so we have to ask ourselves, okay, so how is it related now from here? What's happening here? Because بمقدار نصف حروف المعجم, this is all an MBK. Okay. Okay, and of course, MBK to what? MBK to this section here. This is the mubtada, this is the khabar, and it's MBK to that. Okay, so that part is sorted. But then how is it connected to taraddadat? How do we connect taraddadat? What do you guys think?
Is it hal?
Yes, yes, this is the hal. Hal of what though? Let's see, hal of what?
The huruf muqatta'at.
Where is the huruf muqatta'at mentioned?
Just Ilam, can you translate the sentence first? Because I
Okay.
don't know what he's saying.
Okay. Okay, let me give you the translation. No problem. Yeah. So he's saying
Okay.
وانتبهوا إلى شيء آخر, and they notice something else, and that is that the number of these letters are 14 letters. That is to say, in the amount of half the total letters of the alphabet. ترددت في 29, which have repeated or repeating, again, you see how I'm translating as hal, repeating in 29 surahs upon the same number or the total number of all the alphabet. In other words, let me explain what he's saying first so that you understand the idea, and then we can put it into the sentence. He's saying that the huruf muqatta'at are 14 in number, right? We figured that part out. That is exactly half the alphabet. And these 14 huruf muqatta'at have been repeated in 29 surahs of the Quran. And 29 surah and 29 is the number of the entire alphabet. So 14, which is half of the alphabet, have been repeated in 29 surahs of the Quran, which 29 is the total number of the alphabet, the Arabic alphabet. That's what he's saying. Is that clear so far?
Yeah. So it is a hal of the khabar of ism Anna, which is again, I think it's forming going towards intabahu. It is atfna, sister. Huwa an. So this is atf on the fe.
So it's talking about the arba'atu ashara harfan.
Arba'atu ashra. Ji.
Yes. Yeah. So the hal of this huruf, not hal actually,
Sifa, it can be sifa also.
Sifa.
Right?
Sifa,
Sifa.
not hal. Yeah,
Sifa.
sifa. Because I thought it was proper, but it's not proper. So it's sifa because arba'atu ashara is it's not proper, it's common. Because it's common, this will be the sifa. So we can say which repeated or which are repeating in 29 surahs upon the number of the total letters of the alphabet. Okay, so now this part ترددت في 29 سورة على عدد حروف المعجم. The whole entire thing is a صفة to 14 حرفا. Okay, is a صفة to those 14 letters. Okay. And now, obviously, when you enter into this صفة, it's a جملة فعلية. We know that. So جملة فعلية ترددت فعل ماضي, and of course the فاعل is here, which is referring back to 14 حرفا في 29 سورة. This whole thing is an MBF of تردد. So this is MBF 1. Okay, جار مجرور, it goes on like that. And then you have على عدد حروف المعجم, another MBF 2. So you see how متعلقs are very, very common, and they're very large sometimes. You can have an entire like 2-3 sentences is just متعلق بالخبر or متعلق بالفعل. They make up quite a huge chunk of Arabic structures, as you can see. So ترددت, which repeated in 29 surahs upon على عدد, upon the 29 letters of the Arabic alphabet. Yeah, or you can even say exactly upon the 29 letters of the Arabic alphabet, just to make you understand clearly in English. Any questions there?
Now it reminds me of, joint family system that we have in India and Pakistan. Kids and kids and kids and mutalik and mutalik and mutalik.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
Arabic is like that. There's lots and lots of
Sis,
muta'alliq.
mu'ajam
Yes.
or ma'jam? Sis, mu'ajam or mu'jam?
Mu'jam.
Oh,
Mu'jam.
mu'jam. Mu'jami.
Yeah, mu'jami in this case because it's yeah.
Okay.
Good. Let's see. Is there any other question? Okay, good. So let's go to the next.
Mu'jam is also dictionary, right? What do we call dictionary?
Mu'jam, I think, but it also means total. It
Yeah.
all means combined, collected.
Oh.
Yeah, from Jama.
Oh, okay.
For Ajam, sorry. Ajam.
Ajam, okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. But you can still confirm this if it's mu'ajjam. It could be also family too, because some of these words, it can either be both family 4 or family 2. Sometimes both have the same meaning. Right?
I found it from Aslama family, like Adima Yogdimu, and then they say
Yeah.
Mokjima, Morjamu. There's a Isma File and Isma Maful.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the commonly one that I know. I don't know if family 2 is there. I have to check that.
Okay.
All right. ثم إذا نظرت في هذه ال14 حرفا. Okay. So, and if, or then, because ثم is حرف عطف, meaning then إذا, so of course, حرف, we don't do إعراب of it because it's a حرف. Okay. So that one, we leave it alone. Then we come to إذا. إذا, we've talked about إذا so many times. إذا is أداة الشرط. It's also a ظرف. Yeah. So you can say إذا أداة الشرط, and then نظرت, going to be your فعل شرط. The fa'il inside nadarta is anta, like Saima said nicely. So if you were to look, and then of course, fi hadihi, that is a متعلق to نظرت. Again, you see how the متعلقs? That is a متعلق بالفعل of نظرت. What will happen if you're to look at these 14 letters? That's what he's saying. So he's saying then, if you looked at these 14 letters, you will find وجدتها مشتملة على أنساف أجناس الحروف. You will find them, and I'm saying them because the ha goes back to the حروف. So you will find them مشتملة, composed of all the ansafi, the different kinds of letters. Ansafi, half the different kinds of letters. Okay, so you'd find that they're composed of half the different kinds of letters. Now he's going to explain what that means, what he means by this. What he means by, so in other words, if you take this 14, there are different kinds of letters, like I think Saima mentioned yesterday, you have this mahmusa, you have rikhwa, you have whatever, munfatiha, and all this. So these are the types of letters that are there in tajweed. These 14 letters, half of, for example, al-huruf al-mahmusa, half of huruf al-mahmusa are these 14 letters. Half of al-rikhwa are from these 14 letters. Half of huruf al-qalqala are from these letters. So for example, if you look at the type al-qalqala, let's say the huruf al-qalqala are maybe 10. I don't know how many there, I'm just guessing. Let's say the huruf al-qalqala are 10. Five of those 10, they're 5.
5. Bujat.
Okay.
I
don't know.
Jim, dal.
Yes. So he's saying half of those will be from this huruf al-muqatta'a. If you're to look at al-mahmusa, if mahmusa are maybe 10, 5 of those will be from huruf al-muqatta'a.
Vowel. Mahmusa
Oh my
is
God,
vowel.
I'm so wrong.
Vowia and Hamza.
Sorry guys, I have no idea here. Like I'm zero when it comes to this. But anyway, I think you get the idea. Like half of whatever the number is going to be this huruf al-muqatta'a. So that's what he's saying there. So wajadta, I think Saima did the i'rab of this. So wajadta fi'al madi, fa'il anta, ha maf'ul bihi number 1. Okay, it's actually 10. Oh, dead on. I knew one group had to have 10. So I was just guessing 10 everywhere. Anyway, okay. So mushtamilatan, this is maf'ul bihi number 2 of wajadta. Wajadtaha, you will find them, what? You will find them composed of. Okay, and then ala ansafi ajnas al-huruf. This is your muta'alliq. Again, you can see how muta'alliqs are big. So this is your muta'alliq bil-fi'l of wajadta. And then of course, chain idafa there, ansafi ajnasi al-hurufi. Great. Okay, let's see. Who else have their Sultan? You want to read the next part?
Yeah. وبيان ذلك
Sorry.
أن so it can be
أن.
Anna also. Sister Anna فيها من الحروف المحموسة نصفها نصفي.
Okay, so let's look. This is Anna. We have to have an ism Anna.
نصفها اسمه أنّا. Yeah.
Ismu Anna.
This is خبر أنّا. نصفها will be خبر أنّا.
It's not خبر Anna. It's ism. We haven't found the ism Anna. Before you come to خبر Anna, you have to find its ism first.
So it will be نصفها.
Yes.
Okay. نصفها. Yeah. So who has a mir in that itself will be the ism for it, sister?
Is who has Zamir?
I thought in that way, I thought Anna will have a who has Zamir. So this should be Khabru Anna.
No, if it has huwa Zamir, it would be Annahu. That would be the Anna plus Zamir. Then becomes your Mubtada, it becomes Anna plus its ism. And Anna does not have inside.
Okay.
Zamir,
Okay.
no.
No. Okay. So nisfaha. Okay. ومن المجهورة نصفها again
Yes.
نصفها ومن الشديدة نصفها ومن الرخوة is it رخوة
رخوتي. Yes.
نصفها نصفها ومن it should be مطبخة يا مطبخة مطبختي مطبختي
Yes. مطبقتي.
مطبختي نصفها ومن المنفتحة
منفتحة I think.
منفتحة sister منفتحة अच्छा فتح يفتح
Saima will correct us if you're wrong.
منفتح okay منفتحة نصفها ومن المستعلية نصفها ومن المنخفضة
منخفضة.
منخفضة نصفها ومن حروف القلقلة نصفها وقد ذكر من هذه الأنصاف ما هو كثير الدوران ما هو مبتدأ ما هو كثير الدوران كثير الدوران في الكلام فسبحان الذي دقت في كل شيء حكمته.
Okay, so this is a bit straightforward. It's again just a lot of jar majroor happening here, and we can go through it and see what's happening there. Okay, so وبيان ذلك بيان, it's an ism, so this is our first rafa. That's going to be our mubtada, and again it's a mudaf, so ذلك is a mudaf ilayh, so this becomes our mubtada, and whatever comes after it is going to be a khabar. So, and the clarification of that, so what he has mentioned, this statement here, he has mentioned before, that you would find that half of the letter of the half of the types of letters are composed of the 14 letters, the huruf muqatta'a. Now he's going to explain what he means by that. So, and وَبَيَانُ ذَلِكَ, and the clarification of that is, and then you have the khabar, anna, that again, anna becomes our mubtada. Now we have to find the ism of anna, and that's why nisfaha is the ism. So is, in other words, if you bring this nisfaha here, you'll be anna nisfaha fiha min al-huruf al-mahmusa. That's basically what's being said, that half of them are from huruf mahmusa and half of them, of the huruf muqatta'a, are from majhura, and half of them are from al-shadida, and half of them from rikhwa, half of them from al-mutbaqa, half of them from al-munfatiha, half of them from al-musta'liya, half of them al-munkhafida, half from al-qalqala, and so on and so forth. So that's what he's saying here. So the i'rab pretty much just repeats, because once you figure out that this anna nisfaha is the mubtada, and then fiha min al-huruf al-mahmusa, this is your jar majroor muta'alliq, then it pretty much just repeats. So this is your muta'alliq, and this is your ism, and then this is your muta'alliq, and this is your ism, and this is your muta'alliq, 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 another muta'alliq min al-huruf al-qalqala, up to there. Okay, so it keeps on repeating like that, and of course the sentence ends there.
So the ism of anna has been repeated everywhere, na sister, though it is sat.
Yes, it's like he's trying to create some emphasis and to make you understand, like it's not just, he could have easily said anna nisfaha min huruf, anna nisfaha fiha min al-huruf al-mahmusa wal-majhura wal-shadida wal-riqwa wal-mutba. He could have said that, It would have been much easier.
जी जी
But he's trying to show you like it's from this half, from this half, from this half, so on and so forth. Yeah. Sometimes we speak like that to just create exaggeration. Yeah. So that we can grasp the interest of the person reading the text. Any questions there? I think that one was a not so difficult section, just repetition of the same thing. All right. I changed this a bit and I said وَقَدْ ذُكِرَ, and it has been mentioned as opposed to and he mentioned, because we don't know who he is here. So it makes more sense as majhul, and it has been mentioned min هذه الأنصاف, from this halves. Now this many halves that he has mentioned. So he has talked about half of the mahmusa, half of the majhura, half of the ashadida, half of this, half of this, half of this. So all these halves, a lot has been mentioned about these halves. That's what he's saying. وَقَدْ ذُكِرَ مِنْ هَذِهِ الْأَنصَافِ مَا هُوَ كَثِيرُ الدَّوَرَانِ. What is plenty in circulation, like there's plenty in circulation of what has been mentioned about these halves in speech. That's what he's saying. ما هو كثير الدوران في الكلام. There's a lot of circulation in speech about this halves. Okay, so let's look at the i'rab of that. So ذكر, that will be a فعل ماضي مجهول من هذه الأنصاف, again متعلق بالفعل. ما هو كثير الدوران في الكلام. This whole section is connected up to here, and that will be the نائب الفاعل of ذكر. Okay, في محل رفع, and of course inside it, it's a جملة. So you have, no, sorry, it's a ما موصولة. So ما موصولة, and then the هو is a صلة الموصول, which is a جملة اسمية. So هو مبتدأ, كثير الدوران, this is مضاف مضاف إليه, and that will be the خبر, and that's why it's كثير. And then of course في الكلام, another small جار مجرور متعلق to that. All right. Is that clear? Any questions there?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
So
And-
what's he saying? That these halves are repeated quite often in Quran? That's what he's saying? What is he saying?
Not in Quran, in just general speech, in just words, in other types of discussions. That's what he's saying. Like scholars and grammarians and other people have discussed so much about this stuff. That's why he's not getting into details about this tajweed business. He's saying there's a lot of material in circulation about this stuff that I don't need to discuss. So you can find them, in other words. Go look for them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So these halves that he's suggesting from all these, mutbaqa, mulfata, and all these things. So he's saying that the details of it, the specifics of them are already available in other literature. This is what he's saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. Okay. Any other questions there? All right. And he concludes that section by saying, فَسُبْحَانَ الَّذِي دَقَّتْ فِي كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حِكْمَتُهُ. And so he says, and exalted is the one whose wisdom is precise in all matters. Daqqa, to be precise. Like daqqan daqqa, like precisely. Yeah. And I think he uses that expression somewhere. We'll get there when we get there. So exalted is he, is the one whose wisdom, because you can see daqqat. So of course for subhana, this is exalted is the one who, again I'm saying the one who because alladhi, and then alladhi is in mawsul, and of course this whatever comes after it is a silatul mawsul, and inside that silatul mawsul you have jumla fi'aliyah. So you have daqqat, this is a fi'al madi, and it's the here version. Because it's the here version, we look outside for an outside dua, we see hikmatuhu is rafa. So this hikmatuhu is the fa'il of daqqat. So hikmatuhu, his wisdom, is the one doing the position. So subhanallah, exalted is he, the one whose wisdom is precise in every matter, or has shown precision in every matter, if you want to like make it into a jumla fi'aliyah, because this is a jumla fi'aliyah. Sometimes it's really hard to translate a fi'al as a fi'al in English. Like sometimes you see a fi'al in Arabic and there's no exact fi'al in English. So you have to either translate it as a jumla ismiya, and it doesn't capture the meaning completely. Like, for example, like this word daqqat, to give precision or to show precision. So you can't really say, I don't know the exact verb for it. Yeah. And of course, في كل شيء متعلق بالفعل there. Is that clear?
Sister, how did you translate it? Ma huwa kasiru?
ما هو كثير. So ما اسم موصول. So what has been frequent in circulation? What is frequent in circulation? How do I say this? So ما هو كثير الدوران في الكلام. What has been frequently mentioned in speech, in you can even say in publications, in different materials. In kalam here could mean so many different things, like other materials, yeah, other literature. You can even say like
It can be a normal talk also, no, sister? What we use
normal talk.
in this.
Yeah, yeah, it
what
can
we
even just
speak,
be speech.
it is composed of words, right? Vowel words and khalqala words, what we speak. All those
Yeah.
comes in it, in simple
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah, but kalam, it's used in different ways. Like kalam could be used to mean the Quran. Kalam could be used to mean just the speech we are saying. Kalam could be used to mean words. Kalam could be used to mean an article. Kalam, like it could be used for different things. It has so many different meanings. So you just use the context to understand how it is being used. And in this case, he's saying what has ma huwa kathiru dawaran, what is excessive in circulation, in speech, has been mentioned min hadhihi al-ansaf, from this halves. Okay, so of course this is the naibul fa'il, that's why I'm translating this fast. ما هو كثير الدوران من الكلام ذكر من هذه الأنساب. So in English, I will start by this part. I'll say, what has been excessively, what is excessive in circulation in speech has been mentioned from this halves.
Hence, this is the reason there, up sister, al-kalam is there with the ajnas. Ajnas, the jins of that. Is it for that sake?
So yeah, ajnas is types. So you
Types.
have all categories. So you have, like he's saying, categories of this word.
things.
So like, yeah, so you have mahmusa is one category, majhura is another category. So this is a jins, not the one you wear, but jins in Arabic. And the plural of it is ajnas. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? I know this particular kind of language is a bit difficult because it's more of usage. You know, sometimes like even when you speak your own language, there's a way you use words that only your people can understand. And an outsider might try to figure it out and say, okay, what dawaran means circles, ma huwa kathiru, it doesn't make sense, but it comes with usage. Once you spend some time with people, like if an outsider comes to your place and he spends some time with you, he learns the language and he can understand some of these usages, how certain speech is used. So this is one of those situations here. Ma huwa kathiru dawaran. Even when I was trying to translate this the first time, I got stuck here. So I was wondering, what does it mean? Ma huwa kathiru dawaran. And then right now I'm just reading it. I'm like, okay, that's what it means. So I guess it comes with practice and a lot of exposure to Arabic.
Which can also be used, sister, there? Which is mentioned or which comes?
Yeah, here. Yeah, you can also say which.
For that ma. Wojo.
Yeah, you can also say which. Yeah. The idea of translating, by the way, it's hard to stick with a template. Like if you say, okay, which, which means a sifa, and I will always translate sifa as which or that which or who. It's not always possible to do that. So you have to also be flexible. Like, yeah, that's 90% of the times you'll do that, but then there are a few times where you'll not be able to do that. Like if you know this is ma mawsula and it means what, and it's not always 90%, 100% of the time you'll translate it as what or whatever. Sometimes you have to figure out the English that works best for the text. Yeah, or while sticking close to the i'rab as much as possible. It's a hard thing to do. That's why I'm not very strict on translations. Like I would just accept any translation as long as the meaning is retained. As long as you don't change the meaning, I don't have a problem. But if the meaning changes, then I have a bit of a problem. I won't accept something that changes the meaning a bit. Yeah.
In
Any
Urdu, it's
questions?
easy comparatively, sister. That's one positive. Wojo, wherever we can say, we can add up like. Here it's like what or which. So that makes little.
It's only one in Urdu. Wojo.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that makes it easier, I suppose.
Yeah.
Any other questions, or let's see if I think we can just end there. We can stop there, Yani, for today. And then next week we can start. Page 8 is fairly easy. Like it's just cruising. It's just a bunch of statistics being mentioned there. So there's not much there. Not a lot of heavy grammar like page 7. Page 7 is a bit difficult. Yeah. And if there are any other questions, clarifications, comments, corrections, I welcome them, or even discussions. Like if you guys want us to discuss something in this next few minutes that we have before we end.
Maybe take the coming para. It's only 2 lines. If we can do that.
Okay, sure. Sure, we can do that. Is there anybody else who wants to read this? Because it's fairly easy, you know. Samia, since you proposed it, I think you should read it because nobody else is.
Oh my God, my bad. Okay, I'll try. Okay, we can do it next time. No problem.
Why are you giving
Okay,
up?
I'll try. I'll make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, Allah
No
help me
problem.
out.
No problem. Bismillah.
Okay. وليس هذا كل شيء في الإحصاء بل هناك شيء آخر وربما أشياء. Then أفلم تقرأ الإحصاءات الأخرى في كتاب الله العزيز لترى الأجوبة. So وليس هذا, this is not كل شيء, everything in counting. I mean, counting is not everything over here. That's what he means to say. And بل هناك شيء آخر, but there is another thing. وربما أشياء, perhaps many things. Then أفلم تقرأ, don't you read another countings in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Aziz, so that you can see amazement, or you can say you will find amazement.
Beautiful.
This is how I translate it.
Not bad. I'm just going to fix a few things, but really well done. Okay, so let's see. وليس هذا كل شيء, and this is not everything في الإحصاء in terms of counts. Okay, so remember in previous paragraphs before he said واستندوا إلى الإحصاء, they relied upon counts, like they went into the Quran and physically counted the words. So they relied upon counting different words and comparing these words and so on. And now after giving different evidences, he's coming to say وليس هذا كل شيء في الإحصاء. And this is not everything as far as counts go, or in terms of counts, or in counts. Yeah, so this is not everything in counts. بل rather هناك شيء آخر. Why did I say شيء? Let's fix that. بل هناك شيء آخر. بل هناك شيء آخر وربما أشياء. Rather, there is something else. So, هناك شيء آخر, there is something else. وربما أشياء, and perhaps even several things. Like perhaps there's one thing or even more things. أفلم تقرأ الأحصاء. So this is a sukun. Lam makes it majzoom. So this is going to be sukun. And when you're joining it, you will put a kasra. So أفلم تقرأي, haven't you read? So the there is Hamza fil istifham, is for a question, as you can see the question mark at the end. So أفلم تقرأ, haven't you read? أفلم تقرأ الإحصاءات الأخرى. Haven't you read different statistics or different counts في كتاب الله العزيز, in the book of Allah the Mighty, لترى العجبة, so that you may see, or so that you see the amazing or the wonder in the Quran. So he's asking a question, sort of, yeah. Or haven't you read other evidences? Also al-ihsa, you could use evidences or counts or statistics in the mighty book of Allah, so that you see the wonder. All right, so it's a pretty straightforward thing. So laysa, we have to find the isim of laysa, and the isim of laysa is actually the inside pronoun huwa. So that's going to be our, sorry, hada. What am I saying? Laysa hada is our mubtada, laysa and its ism. And then kulla shay'in, this is our khabar laysa. في الإحصاء متعلق to laysa. بل is a harf, we don't translate it. هناك, this is actually the khabar. And shay'un is هناك is considered, no, ظرف. What am I saying? This is the ظرف, so this is going to be our متعلق. So هناك is a ظرف. It's always going to be في محل نسب because it's a ظرف. And شيء آخر is going to be our مبتدا. Okay, and that's موصوف صفة. So in other words, this is شيء آخر هناك. But you don't say it like that, you say هناك شيء آخر. Right? So that's how you do the i'rab of that. وربما, رب is حرف جار, and ما could be ما زائدة in this case. So you have that. جار مجرور, أشياء مبتدا. Okay, so وربما أشياء. And then this hamza is حرف استفهام, like we said. فا حرف عطف. lam, we know what lam is. Lam makes it majzoom, it's for negation. It has, yeah, other purposes. So لم تقرأي, so this is a jumla فعلية. So this is our fi'l, and it's a fi'l amr, but because we have lam, we would say this is, we would just say, no, sorry, not fi'l amr. فعل مضارع. فعل مضارع مجزوم because of lam. So تقرأ الإحصاءات, the fa'il inside تقرأ is أنت تقرأ. So haven't you read? So that's the fi'il, the fa'il. الإحصاءات نصب, this is the مفعول به, and it's plural, that's why it's آتي. الأخرى, this is the sifa to الإحصاءات. Other evidences, other statistics, other counts, however you want to describe الإحصاءات, other counts is fine. في كتاب الله العزيز, جار مجرور متعلق to تقرأ, goes back there. لترى, lam, this is, you can say this is lam التعليل, because it gives you the reason. Why? لترى العجبة, so that you may see the wonder, or for the sake of seeing the wonder. So this is lam التعليل, and then of course ترى is another فعل ماضي, فاعل أنت, العجبة مفعول به. Right. Okay. questions so far? Are we good? Yeah, was that clear?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
وإياكم جزاكم الله خير. Beautiful. I think, yeah, we can stop there. Inshallah, next week we'll just, he's going to now give us more counts, more evidences, what the people from before came up with. And by the way, just appreciate when we're going through this type of counts, just like appreciate the beauty of the Quran. That's the whole point of this book. It's not just for us to analyze the grammar of what the guy is writing, but also to benefit from what he is actually saying. That's the more important thing, to be able to understand what he's saying about the Quran. That is even more important, I think. All right, great. Any other final words before we end? Fawzia, today I haven't had your voice. I'm assuming you're good. Inshallah khair. Okay, probably she's in a place she can't speak. But alhamdulillah for you guys always being there. Niana?
No, already Isa here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for being there. I think we can
Yeah.
end there safely. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
but you are a good teacher, actually.
Alhamdulillah, I try. I learn from the best. Our teacher is Ustad Nu'man Ali Khan. He's the best. So I'm just trying to learn a few things from him.
Yeah, because I already try to join with other group about Takbirul Quran, and you are the best.
Alhamdulillah. هذا من
Explain
فضل
in
ربي.
detail, because they just reading. That's it, without explanation about the grammar.
Alhamdulillah. As long as we're all improving together and you keep correcting me and you keep showing me and guiding me where I err, it's good. Alhamdulillah, I appreciate. I grow more than, by the way, I benefit more than you guys from these programs, because how much I learn from teaching, subhanallah. Like if I just look at how much I have grown, it's amazing. Right now I can just read Arabic books. Subhanallah, it's truly an amazing journey. I'm gonna stop the recording there. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.